Hi Scorpio, welcome back to Self-Discovery Support, and today we have your 2022 preparation reading. So this reading is slightly different. It's not necessarily what's coming, but what we can do to prepare for 2022 to make it the year that we would like. So there's various categories we have, and I have some oracle cards and they're clarified with tarot cards. And I did this draw off camera, and then we're gonna look at them now. So let's get straight into it. All right, so the first section we have here, the first position is the spirit message, right? So the general spirit message for you for 2022. Let's see. Excess. It's number 28. I don't know if number 28 has any significance for you. 2 plus 8 equals 10. Comes down to 1 numerologically. It says stress, overload, exhaustion, obsessiveness, gluttony, burdens, worries, the breaking point. Well, this does not sound like a very good start, but let's see the clarifier. Okay. So I feel, okay, what this is telling me, King of Swords, what this is telling me is that not necessarily that this is what is laying ahead, but what you may need to use your tools to guard yourself from in 2022. It does seem that 2021 maybe was a difficult year. It could have been a very difficult year, you know, where you had to develop some boundaries, you had to develop some skills. You may have undergone something that was really draining. You know, I feel like actually a lot of your readings in the later part of the year have been, even in love, have been quite difficult. So I do feel this may not be true for every Scorpio, but I do feel that there's been something hard. This has a real like 10 of Wands energy. So there's like someone struggling under a burden. And normally with the 10 of Wands, we talk about the fact that it's going to be complete soon, right? So, and we do have that here at the breaking point. So it's almost like you have reached the breaking point, and that has led you to want to put some boundaries up, put some, you know, you're using your protective mechanisms now. So you require truth. You are going at this with pure discernment, logic, intellect. Everything needs to be said honestly, communicated well. And yeah, you need to know what's happening before you agree to anything. That's what I'm seeing. Like, even overwork. With work, it does seem like, yeah, you need to know now when you don't need to do as much work. You know, there's no point in overburdening yourself if you're going to end the year in this state. Yeah, so I do feel it's been a difficult year for you, and I do feel now that we can look at some things that you can do to move forward into 2022 in a kind of better way. All right, so following up on that, we have some cards for what you may want to release, leave it behind in 2021. I can see there's a lot you may need to leave behind, especially for you, Scorpio. Let's see. Denial. Wow, okay, so yeah, I'm seeing a theme here with you. I do see, it says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Now, that last line reminds me a lot of this King of Swords, right? The King of Swords is very aware. The King of Swords has insight and is not going to not use that insight. It must be used. It must be used to protect as well. And yeah, I do see that. Let's see, strength, 7 of Wands. So there's something about holding your own, sticking to your ideas, maybe a little bit too firmly, and then powering through. That's really denial. Like when you look at these two cards, that's denial summed up in one. Like, so there's something you're not acknowledging. Are you not necessarily admitting to... Yeah, I come back to this. I feel like the root of this type of thing, this worry, is something is forcing you now to deal with your fears. There's something you're afraid of having happen. And thus that weight, that burden is causing a great strain on you. If this is to do with a relationship, I think that's, you can examine what parts of this are not working for me anymore, and what parts can I fix, and what parts do I just need to communicate about. And I do see that here. Maybe this is the card that's calling you to communicate, speak your truth. If you are burdened, Scorpio, this is the time, right? This is the time now to say what's on your mind. Don't deny, don't turn a blind eye to this any longer. Yeah, I think it's calling on you now to open your eyes, look at what is actually happening for you, acknowledge what you're feeling, what your emotions are, what's your state of being. Becoming aware of that and knowing that you don't need to power through anything because of any kind of fears, or if you feel beholden to people, or you feel that you must do this because of something. Like, don't feel trapped or locked into anything if it's going to create a situation that you can't necessarily back yourself out of. You see how these two cards have animals in it, and quite fierce wild animals. I feel like, and in one they're quite ferocious, and in the other it's quite meek. So I feel like there's something that you definitely, I feel like there's maybe even anger, upset. There's something in you is telling you that you need to deal with something, but I feel like you're holding this down. You're not allowing this, you're not listening to this part of yourself. And so I see that is a message of denial here. The insight of awareness. And also I feel value, so if you value your own experience, you're going to bring an end to anything that is causing you discomfort, pain, and this type of burden. And I do believe that is what's going to be happening for you in 2022, is you reckoning everything like, no, this is not for me anymore. Or if this is for me, I need to define the boundaries of that. I need to communicate how this will happen for me, because I've allowed things to happen for too long and kind of not said anything. So yeah. All right, so that's the release. Let's look at what you need to retain, and let's see how that connects. All right, so retain ownership. Yep. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Yep, I feel that you need to not maybe be as hard on yourself. Be kinder to yourself. And I saw that here with you allowing something that clearly is burdensome to weigh down on you for that long. It's a time now. This is, King of Swords is also that card of ownership as well. Like, if you're going to speak a truth, it means that you're able to own what's happened and to deal with it head on, to tackle the issue right there. Have no fear about that. 10 of Swords. So this is definitely telling me that what you need to kind of focus on, retain, is focusing on having some ending. Ending of what? Ending of worries, ending of something. I don't know. I'm just gonna grab a clarifier. I'm just curious about this. Okay. What is this ending here? What is this Ten of Swords here? Yeah, okay. Ending waiting, right? Ending not doing anything about your situation. I think it's this situation here. So I think 2022 is calling you to take some actions. Yep. It's calling you to not be in denial and to stand up for yourself, not kind of deny. Yeah. And hold on, try to power through. This is the year that you're now taking ownership for your life, ownership for the direction that you want to go in. And it's about not holding on for holding on's sake, right? How long will we stay stuck in something? Yeah, there needs to be an ending to something so that new chapters can begin, right? You can see the sun rising even as this scene, which is pretty gruesome, happens. Yeah. All right, so retaining in 2022 a sense of responsibility for what's gonna happen to us. All right, so and then let's look at what you're gonna heal. What needs to be healed? First chakra. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense that it says the energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. So yeah, and not just enjoy but value as well. And I do see that if you are valuing your experience here, you're valuing the pleasure, the sensations, you would know that putting up with something that is painful, even emotionally, is not what you're here for. Yeah. And I think working on your sense of groundedness, your sense of safety can help this. So, you can ground by sitting on the earth, meditating, walking in the bushes, walking in the park, touching leaves, going out in the sun. Yeah, just like putting your body in contact with nature is very healing and very soothing. It also allows you to kind of reconnect with your body. So if there's anything that you're too much in your head, Ten of Swords could tell me that, yeah, there's a lot of thought. And King of Swords, so there's a lot of kind of mental energy here present. And yeah, and it's just what I'm saying here. This hermit is doing almost exactly what I just described to you. He's in nature, reconnecting with himself. I associate the hermit more with like crown chakra. Wisdom is like yeah. But also I feel like, yeah, root chakra could be relevant here as well, because you do go inwards and you're going into nature to reconnect. So yeah, I think there's a time needed. Take some time to yourself to reconnect with yourself, your body, through yoga, through doing something nice like taking a bath, all those things, right? Getting a massage, something like that, that's going to really revive you, make you feel safe, secure, and allow you the space and time to think about what you need to do. I can see that this is difficult, right? I can see that the energy here is very difficult, but I think this is recommending some healing techniques, practices for you, because it does seem that if you are healing from a year of excessiveness, a lot of baggage, yeah, this is going to be necessary for you now to go inwards. If this happened already, and you're now moving forward into 2022, yeah, this is going to be useful for you. All right, so let's look at the general potential outcome for the year. All right, so I drew a number bead and we got number 1. So yeah, number 1 talks about new beginnings, right? So we had the 10 of Swords, and that's always just before a new beginning. There's a 10, a completion, right? And so that's telling me that your potential outcome next year with all of this work is a whole new start. And let's see what it's in regards to. 6 of Wands, an amazing card. Victory, leadership, success. There we go. Yeah, I feel like this whole reading was so difficult, but to know that your 2022 is so bright, like victory. I mean, number 1, new beginnings, and new beginnings successfully. That is amazing. And you know, 1 also talks about unity. So I see that with the Hermit, like coming back to yourself, becoming independent again. King of Swords energy, knowing exactly what you want, kind of like becoming one again with yourself. So that is amazing, Scorpio. I mean, I'm really glad that the energy has shifted for 2022, and I'm sure you'll be glad too as well. If you did like this, please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you back here again. Yeah, for more readings. All right, take care. Have a good 2022, Scorpio.